Good evening and welcome to another exciting night of lacrosse on Hornhead Streams. As always, I'm Skip Marshallton alongside my partner in nonsense, cameraman Jim. Thanks for joining us tonight where the stage is set at Canada Game Park for Game 5 of the Ontario Junior A Lacrosse semifinals, where the St. Catharines Athletics hold a commanding 3-1 series lead over the visiting Orangeville Northmen. After 3 tight, hard-fought battles to open the series, everything changed last night in Game 4 when St. Catharines blew the doors off with a dominant 13-5 victory, seizing full control of the matchup. The Athletics came out flying, scoring 4 unanswered goals in the opening minutes. The Northmen didn't find the back of the net until the 12:02 mark of the second period, but that spark was extinguished almost immediately as St. Catharines answered with 4 more goals, tightening their grip and dictating the pace for the rest of the night. Now with the series shifting back to St. Catharines, the home team looks to finish the job and punch their ticket to the OJLL finals on their own turf, while the Northmen fight to extend their season and force a return trip to Orangeville tomorrow night. It's desperation versus opportunity, survival versus advancement. The first possible elimination game of the series starts now. Gotta believe that these Orangeville Northmen are ready to have themselves a good game after being embarrassed on the home floor last night, and Game 5, starts now. First loose ball of the game goes to the Orangeville Northmen as Matthews is now being hounded by Stainhouse as he finds some room and finally collects himself with 20 minutes left on the shot clock. Offensive reinforcements come out on the floor early. Kruger with it now. Snaps it back to Matthews. He's over the top. Well guarded there by the double. Matthews splits 2 guys. Shoots, he scores! And on the first possession of the game, Aiden Matthews battles for a loose ball off the face-off and ends up splitting 2 St. Catharines Athletics defenders. And we'll watch here on the Akwesasne duty-free replay as Matthews, a man on a mission early here, as he splits 2 defenders, both bigger than him, finds himself with some open space and beats goaltender Wilson low on the stick side. So it's 1-0 Northmen early here in the first. Loose ball there, tried to be swatted back by the Athletics, still being hounded, and a great loose ball there by Shavit, but he was sent down to the turf, coughed it up, and now the Athletics will go on the attack for the first time this evening. Ball dumped out top to Toll as he gets it to the corner to Rozon. Rozon, some room, he shoots, and that's far wide as the rebound comes off the boards high to Arrow Booth and back to Rozon. A cutting Toll there, and a beautiful job to respond right away. So both teams scoring on their first possession. And a shrieking Toll. I don't know how he got open on the far side there, folks, but we'll watch it here on the duty-free replay. Toll just a quick cut there and lost by his man Kello as he was a step behind, and Toll with some really nice stick work, able to fake Downey out and shove it into the empty net to tie this thing early at 1. So 2 goals in the first minute and 15 seconds. It looks like we have another good one here tonight. Matthews, another loose ball off the face-off. He gets it right back and heads over mid-floor. Kruger now with it on the near side. Kruger trying to come over the top. Kruger bowled his way over a couple of men last night to a 2-goal effort. Now Jennings with a shot, and that's well saved by Wilson. Into the stick of the St. Catharines Athletics, and that'll be carried up by Blake Berard. He goes in, but the Northmen are able to keep it out of their net. And look who it is with the loose ball. It's Aiden Matthews early here. Interesting to see if Matthews will stay in play, and he will. He gets the ball back now. Matthews, little toe drag. He shoots, and that narrowly missed off of goaltender Wilson. but it goes wide and now carried back out by the double blue. Now Ari Stainhouse with it. He passes out to Kennedy. Kennedy down the side here to Meridian, and he has a shot from well outside the arc. Easily gobbled up by Downey, and the Northmen are back on the attack. Jennings back to Thompson. Thompson over to Shirtliff. Shirtliff, good ball movement here by the Northmen as they exchange back and forth. Shirtliff now with it. Shirtliff to Jennings. Jennings passes it behind the net to Nolan Sanderson, but he can't handle it. That goes into the crease of the Athletics, and they'll carry it out and dump it off to Toll, the most recent goal scorer of the game. Toll, looking like he's got good energy and good feet here tonight. Nice little pass inside to Booth. He misses the mark, and now Rozon with the shot, and that's gobbled up by goaltender Downey as Ron legs it out over half. He's followed closely here by the ever-dangerous Jamison Bucktooth. Now he's pinned on the board, 2-on-1. A loose ball, Bucktooth scoops it. A melee now ensues on the far side with 2 blue shirts and 3 black. It looks like they'll just be happy to kill the rest of this shot clock as it will wind down and sound now, and it'll be right back into the hands of the home team. Up the floor now on the far side with Kennedy. Kennedy surveys the situation. Gets it out to Rozon, who in turn puts it down to Berard. Berard with it again. He comes around the top. Tries to go pick and roll there with Paul, but nothing happening. And Paul picks it up behind that. He's going to try to dunk one, but Downey wisely goes into scarecrow position and keeps that out of the net. Now Berman carries over half as he shovels it off to Jennings. Jennings, little turf monster there as he hits it. No worse for wear as he picks it right back up. And now in the hands of Matthews. Kruger now carries. He's one-on-one here. Kruger trying to get over the top. He does. Goes through some sticks. A good find there as Jennings found himself on the wrong side. He tried to cross his hands up and go far side, but nothing going there. And now it's a 2-on-1 now for St. Catharines. A shot and then a great save there by Downey. Rebound, saved by Downey again. And in the crease is Matthews as he picks it up and changes after a long shift. Evan Miller with it now on the far side. He backpedals and pulls it out. He'll stay in play. Nolan Sanderson wearing his father and his grandfather's 18. Good job bullying in there was Kruger. A quick reset, an offensive rebound by Evan Miller, and then now it's into the hands of Nolan Thompson. He gets it over to his cousin, Dylan Sanderson. Sanderson shoots around the screen. That misses far wide. Sanderson trying to disrupt it. Goes right into the back of the hands of Kruger, and they've got 10 seconds. Lots of time here for a shot. Nolan Sanderson fakes. Gets it down low to Miller, who quick sticks it off the pads of Wilson and picks it right back up. And now Miller will look for a change as they get the more offensive-minded group out in Jennings, Matthews, and Shirtliff. Kruger with it now. Working one-on-one. He's got some room. He gets turned around there by Pilon, whose father is the color commentary on the other broadcast. And now Bucktooth misses the net here on an opportunity. And it looks like it'll be over and back as he missed the net. Hunter Thompson with it now. Over to Matthews. Matthews carries and hands it off to Avery Shirtliff. Shirtliff finds Sanderson on the roll. A man behind the net for the Northmen. Sanderson rolls back. Tries to get it back over there to Matthews, but it's picked off by the double blue defense, and now an opportunity here, but a missed pass, but now regathered by the defender, Teone Galante, as he pops it back out here to Ari Sandhouse, who in turn gives it to Jamison Bucktooth. Up now to Toll. And over to Meridian. Meridian in the corner there. Quick stick opportunity. And then a dying seconds shot clock. The rebound somehow finds its way right back to Jamison Bucktooth, and he makes no mistake with a beautiful outside shot that beats Cole Downey. Top left. See the bounce comes right back out here. Everyone thought the shot clock was going to run out. Maybe a little early to get to the bench to try a fast break of their own. The Northmen were, and Bucktooth makes no mistake. A great shot from outside from 44, and now the Athletics are up 2-1. Illegal procedure by Pelon will allow the Northmen to have an easy possession here off the faceoff. So back into the hands of 26 in black, Aiden Matthews, as he carries casually on the far side. Over the top now. Gets it over to Sanderson. Dylan Sanderson with it. Over to Nolan. Here comes a nice pass in the middle, and Kruger responds right away as the Athletics did for the first goal. The Northmen match it on the second. And in the ensuing possession, the Northmen find the back of the net. It's 2-2 here in Game 5. A beautiful cut there, backdoored Pelon. And Max Kruger with some fancy stick work of his own to match that of Toll's first goal. And we've got 4 goals on 15 shots here at the Canada Games Park. We're in for a good one here, folks. We're glad you joined us. Cameraman Jim couldn't be happier. Another loose ball battle right off the face of the referee. And into the hands of the double blue. Ari Steinhaus. Looks like he's going to stay and play for some offense here. Now Meridian with it. Down to Toll. Toll. He shoots around the screen, and that's into the stick and into the feet of Downey. It didn't look like he knew where it was, but was quick to scoop it out and hand it off. And now Berman, to avoid the 8-second violation, gets it over quickly to Noble and in the hands of the offense of Aiden Matthews. Matthews over to Jennings. Shirtliff now with it. Looked like he was going to skip into one there, but he decided to pull it out. Matthews now to Sanderson. Sanderson back over to Matthews. Matthews, he's going airborne. And Wilson, the big body of Wilson, too big to allow that go in from a sharp angle, and it's St. Catharines' turn again, once again in the offensive zone. Here comes Arrow Booth. Nice little pass into Meridian, who put it right into the crest of Downey, and now speedy Evan Miller is off to the races, but it looks like even numbers for St. Catharines, so the Northmen will pull it out and go to work 5-on-5. Kruger now. Kruger has some space. He shoots on the run, and that narrowly misses on the short side as Jennings is able to pick up the offensive rebound and flip it out to safety to Nolan Sanderson. Evan Miller passes over to Kruger. Kruger with it. Sanderson shoots. And that's right in the midsection of Ty Wilson. And the home team goes back on the attack. Zach Toll bumps it down to Kennedy. Kennedy looking to bowl his way in on Berman. No going there, so he passes it over here to the left side. And now an opportunity for the Northmen, as that'll be over and back for the Athletics. Good job there by Toll in order to stop the breakaway from happening. Almost just got pantsed by Mark Steinhaus, as he's in the building tonight. And now Thompson gets it low here to Matthews. Matthews, great opportunity there as a good stick from St. Catharines defenders send that high and into the mesh. It's St. Catharines ball. Meridian with it now. He flips it down low. And now Meridian, another chance. Meridian with a couple of really good chances here consecutively on these possessions, but unable to capitalize as Cole Downey seems to be sharp here in the Orangeville net. Just past the halfway mark of the first period, and it looks like we've got a pretty even Steven game here tonight, folks. Of course, the Northmen facing elimination and looking to send this back tomorrow night, back to the Bunny Barn, where they can try to recover from last night's embarrassing game. Shot there from Hunter Thompson, easily saved by Ty Wilson. And now it's in the hands of Berard, who flips it in here to Kennedy. Kennedy over to Bucktooth. Bucktooth splits his men. Bucktooth looking for something to happen as he surveys the situation. Nice little dump in there, in tight. And a reverse scoop shot there. And they're going to call back in as Cooper Campbell swatted at it. It did go intentionally back into the goalie. So an easy call for the referee there on the goal line and a reset for the Athletics. Toll with it now. Right out to Bucktooth. Bucktooth, another outside shot, tries to go short side this time. And it looks like there will be the first penalty of the game. And it will be, I believe, both players as Jamison Bucktooth goes off with Trevor Noble. Trevor Noble, an outstanding defender, but anytime you can get Jamison Bucktooth off the floor, I'd say that's a good trade for the Northmen. Would just like to give a couple of shout-outs here as Jeremy Noble, Orangeville legend, Minto Cup champion, says that he's watching from Colorado and he's trying to get these Northmen, giving these Northmen a reminder that they can come back just like his team did back in the day versus Brampton as they went down 3-0 and came back to win 4 straight to win their series in 7. And he's hoping that attitude will rub off on his alma mater here this evening. Matthews looks like he will quarterback the power play here early. Normally it is Max Kruger who does it, but they're going to go strong left as they have Jennings and Thompson respectively on the left side. Here comes the rotation. Over to Matthews, who just a little bit outside, but they've still got half a shot clock remaining, so they'll go back to work. Matthews now, he shoots, just misses narrowly on the far side. Now a bobbling ball there by St. Catharines defenseman Pilon as he runs the floor now, and it's got to be getting close to the 8 seconds as he gets over with a few in hand. Pilon now running to the net. He'll turn back, pop it out to Ari Steinhaus, excuse me, and now out to Meridian. St. Catharines looking poised to just fire one shot here late and try to get an offensive rebound to extend their kill, and there's the shot from the blue line into the chest of Downey, and the Orangeville Northmen will have 1 minute remaining on their power play to try to cash in and retake this lead here in the first period. Kruger back to the point now. Backhand to Sanderson. Sanderson's had some open luck. He doesn't take it. Back to Sanderson. He will take it this time. And that bounces around in behind Wilson, but doesn't find the back of the net. And a great opportunity there from Dylan Sanderson, whose grandmother, Susan, is tuning in tonight from Orangeville and watching the game as she always does when she can't make it out. And I don't blame her for staying in her air-conditioned building tonight instead of making the trip down to St. Catharines. So Susan, we're happy you're with us. And we hope that your Northmen can come out with a victory to send it back where you can watch in person. So the penalty expires now. We're back to 5-on-5. Will Kruger go quickly as the penalty comes out? No, he will not, and they'll settle for 5-on-5 possession here with half a shot clock remaining. Matthews now, over the top. He's going to shoot one, and that misses wide. Rebound off the backboards. Now up to Ari Steinhaus, who had a goal last night. Can he do it again? He does not. That's a great save by Down. He sends it into the corner and right back into the hands of the Northmen. Miller out to Shirtliff, who's looking to get it back to the left side, but no one there. And Hunter Thompson pumps out. Thompson, he shoots from outside. That misses wide. And another rebound high off the boards right to Dylan Sanderson as he passes off and gets off with only 10 remaining in the shot clock. Shirtliff from outside. That rebound goes right into the hands of the double blue, and they'll trot over half and try to get their next possession to cash in. Toll working against Ron. Gets a good pick here from Meridian, who cuts to the net as he has a tight catch there, but couldn't get a shot off as he passes the halfway line. And now a beautiful chance there by Rozon. And it looks like Dash Adams is going to take a penalty here as he gives Rozon a little bit of the business. And it looks like he's going to get knocked up for 2 penalties, not just one, as we watch here on the Akwesasne duty-free replay. Dash Adams, Rozon beats him underneath, gets a good shot off, and Dash decides to cross-check him in the crease while he's down. And another one while he's trying to get up right in front of 2 referees, ill-advised for number 12 in black. And now the Northmen have a 4-minute double minor, to kill here in the late stages of the first period. Jamison Bucktooth will run point on this power play for St. Catharines. St. Catharines with the rotation behind the net, as they like to do. They're into a play now. Good steal here for Toll. Toll tries to go far side, short side. That's a reset off the post as he gets his own rebound. And it'll be a reset for the Athletics power play. Bucktooth back to Toll. Good skip passing here early by the Athletics. Rozon with a big shot. That's off a good stick by the Northmen defense. And now into the stick of Captain Messier as he trots over half. And he's going to have a hard time defending here. Or not a hard time defending against one defender, as he has the size advantage over Isaiah Paul. And the captain just poised to maybe take it to the net himself and make something happen as he backs in. As he's stripped now. Only 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock, so Messier does a great job. And now he gets interfered with, and it'll be a reset for the Northmen as they need it, as there is 3 minutes remaining in the double minor to Dash Adams. And it looks like another penalty will be assessed here to, it looks like Ari Steinhaus, much to the chagrin of the Athletics fans to our left. Catcalling the referees, not in a good way, folks, as we can't share that, as it is a family program, was what was said. Cameraman Jim agrees with a wily nod. And now we're back to the action, 4-on-4. Matthews falls but recovers. He gets up and gets it over to Sanderson. Sanderson down the lane. Sanderson trying to go underneath. Sanderson finds his way underneath, shoots, and he just missed. I'm not sure if that hit the trailing butt end of goaltender Wilson or it hit the post. But what a move by Sanderson, as he had the open net but just couldn't cash in. Out to Bucktooth now. He shovels one in, and what a beautiful goal by Jamison Bucktooth. The human highlight reel, 44 in double blue, does it again here, folks, as we watch him come up and give a little pick and roll on his wrong side nonetheless. And Toll knows that you can give it to Jamison anywhere. And he just crosses his hands, gives a backhand shovel top left on Downey. What a goal to make it 3-2 Athletics. Another shout out, Uncle Looney says he loves Skip and Camera Tubes Jimmy. So thanks again for watching, Loon. We all love you here on Hornhead Streams. And now the Northmen are down by 1, and they're looking to tie it back up. 3 lead changes here early in the first. What will happen next? Kruger now, as he goes in, he shoots and scores as he goes airborne, and Kruger once again responds on the next possession. And these leads are not safe, ladies and gentlemen, as the Akwesasne duty-free replay will show Max Kruger, his beautiful face on the screen for you, as he just gets underneath Reef Steinhaus and is able to beat him to the net, go airborne to avoid the crease call, and bury it short side against Wilson. Shots are 17-14 in favor of the home team Athletics. And we have 56 seconds left. And Ari Steinhouse's penalty as we have 4-on-4 action here. Captain Messier is going to have to find room with his feet. As he does, he'll get it over to Berman, who now looks to beat pressure with his feet and gets it into the hands of Max Kruger. Down to Sanderson. Sanderson underneath, he's got some space. A double team there by the double blue forces him back up, and now it's the left side trying to go. Good pick and roll there. Hunter Thompson with a great opportunity. Good feed by Matthews, but unable to cash in as he goes spilling into the end boards. Now, Bucktooth over his head to Toll. Toll on the far side against Berman. He's going to work here with Arrow Booth. He's over the top. He's got some space. He comes in, and he finds the top left corner. A beautiful shot as he was fading to his wrong side over the shoulder of Downey. And once again, the Athletics have the lead, 4-3. Akwesasne duty-free replay as you can see Toll come over, and Cooper Campbell was bracing himself for the shot, but a nice little subtle fake there by Toll. Takes another couple steps, gets his hands and feet free, and is able to float that top corner past the right shoulder of Cole Downey. Cooper Campbell looking to redeem himself here on the face-off dot. His cousin Bishop Berman going for the loose ball as it's swatted at by Captain Messier, swatted at again by Campbell. Now kicked back over the line to the Athletics as they take possession. And with 2 minutes left here in the first period, they'll look to increase their lead by 2. Toll with lots of room there, perhaps too much, as they're back on the power play. Bucktooth up top. Behind the net, as St. Catharines likes to do now with a dice look with a man in the middle. Behind the net. Back out top to Toll. Nice fake shot pass there to Bucktooth. And now a diving opportunity and a great save there by Downey, as it was a crease goal anyway by the referee. So the Northmen looking to tie this up before the end of the first. 1.5 minutes remaining. Sanderson holds up top, waiting for reinforcements as he dishes it off here to Hunter Thompson. Thompson now over to Kruger. Kruger looking to shoot, back to Thompson. Thompson tries to scream underneath, but he now gets to Kruger, who shoots from way out. Not sure what that hit, but it didn't make it to the net. And that's right back into the hands of the Athletics. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Now Meridian carries. He gets it out to Roson, down to Bucktooth. Bucktooth carrying up. He shoots on the run, and that misses well wide on the short side. And now the Northmen will have 40 seconds to make something happen. Miller gets it over half, puts on the brakes, runs to space, and gets it over to Shabbat, who will then in turn get it to Matthews. Shabbat and Miller, both defensive players, saying to play on offense here. Shabbat open there for a second, but Kruger elects to take it the rest of the shot clock as he gets it almost right back. Great job there as the interception of Tayone Galante is now allowing the St. Catharines Athletics to take a timeout with 17.8 seconds left, but they got to be wondering if that was the right call after Ari Steinhouse was off to the races on a breakaway. So the shots are 18-15 in favor of the Athletics here late in the first, as they have a 1-goal advantage over the Northmen on this timeout, as they will go, no doubt, 6-on-5 in the last 17.8 seconds of the first. I'd like to give a shout out here to former captain of the 93 Northmen, Mike Hamilton, who is watching with his son Tom, who plays lacrosse in Toronto tonight. Of course, Mike captained the first Minto Cup team from Orangeville, but didn't hire me for a high school gym teacher job up in Shelburne a long time ago. So thanks for watching tonight, Mike, but I'm still a bit sour that I didn't get the job. Anyway, we're glad you're watching, I guess. Another shout out to Alana Dowdle, the niece of cameraman Jim, who's watching from Georgian College in Barrie, as she's studying dental hygiene and taking a break from her studies to watch her uncle film and her dad be the GM for these Orangeville Northmen. 6-on-5 now as it looks like Northmen are taking away Bucktooth. They're trying to. Out here to Roson. He shoots and he scores! With 1.4 seconds left, the 6-on-5 is successful for the Athletics as they take a 2-goal lead. Let's watch it again here in the Akwesasne duty-free replay. They're trying to free up Bucktooth, but Roson, because of that, finds himself with some space right at the dotted line. He makes no mistake finding the short side on Downey to increase their lead to 2. It is 5-3 Athletics here at the end of the first period. A moot point is the face-off as the buzzer goes, and that'll wrap up the end of the first. Northmen are down by 2. Shots 19-15 in favor of the home team. And we'll see you back here for the second in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, folks, as we're set to get started here in the second period of tonight's Game 5, an elimination game as the Northmen are down 3-1 in enemy territory for St. Catharines. A late goal, 6-on-5 by the Athletics, allowed them to take the biggest lead of the game so far for either team, as the Athletics come into the period starting 5-3 as they get the first possession. And it looks like a delayed penalty right off the bat against the Northmen, and another 6-on-5 opportunity here for the Athletics. Toll, behind the net, diving goal, or diving, effort, as that stays out of the net. Cole Downey doing a good job there. A nice effort from behind by the Athletics, but no goal as a result. And it looks like Ron from the Northmen will get a holding penalty in the first few seconds of the second period. Shout out to Shane Bigler up in Huntsville, who's watching tonight. And we're happy to have you with us, Shane, a longtime Northman, part of the 2000 Ontario Championship team. As the Athletics look to make something happen here, a point-blank shot there by Arrow Booth, and that's saved neatly by Downey. Right out into the hands of the double blue. Toll, slinging it from up top. Little backhand here to Booth, back up to Toll, and Toll will pump fake, beat two men, and a good stick there by Cooper Campbell to send his shot high and wide. His cousin, Bishop Berman, runs it over half and gets it right back to Campbell, who in turn dishes it off to Orangeville's top goal scorer of the evening, Max Kruger. Northmen fighting for their lives and their season here tonight. A moving pick there by Dylan Sanderson will send it right into the hands of the double blue again and into the hands of the ever-dangerous Jameson Bucktooth. Bucktooth up to Rosen. Back over to Toll as he quarterbacks this power play. Behind the net, back up to Toll. Bucktooth. He shoots over the screen, and a good shoulder save there by Downey, but right back into the hands, an offensive rebound and a reset for the St. Catharines Athletics. As they work the ball around, once again, a couple skip passes. Toll, skip pass to the crease, in behind the net, right back to the crease, back up to Toll. Now Arrow Booth mishandles it, but picks it right back up. He takes one off the helmet, no call there. Toll with a worm burner of a shot right into the midsection of Downey as he bounces it out to Sean Costigan, who will have to leg it quickly up the floor, and that looks like an 8-second violation, as maybe the reset was a little bit early. And now Bucktooth, a quick opportunity there as he fades to his right and shoots near side. Almost fools Downey, but he misses the net and regains his rebound off the backboards. Half a shot clock remaining here as we're back to 5-on-5 action. Here comes Toll. Toll, very dangerous tonight, very dangerous always. Gets it to Bucktooth for an outside shot, and that's easily stopped by Downey as he moves it up to Shabbat, who will carry it across half and look to pass it off. He gets it over to Thompson. Thompson to Matthews. Down now to Sanderson. Sanderson looking to go underneath on Reef Steinhaus. He gets across. Oh, and a jumping effort by Sanderson. Crease called there by the referee, but it was also saved by the Athletics goaltender. Rosen with a shot that goes wide and off the boards into the hands of Toll now. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Toll finds his way underneath. And a great shot there and a wonderful save by Downey to stick with it as he didn't fall for any of the fakes this time as he did in the first period. But Toll, ever slippery. He's having himself a game tonight, folks. Keep an eye on number 2 in blue. Now Kruger with it on the far side. He's going to snap it over to Matthews, who sends it to Nolan Sanderson. Back over to the rights As Sanderson and Kruger work together. Sanderson, toe drag underneath. He's going to shoot around a screen, and that's into the gut of Ty Wilson. And a loose ball push by the St. Catharines defender will put it right back into the stick of Max Kruger in the far corner. Kruger trying to bowl his way to the net. No going there on that first effort. He tries to go again. Now he's going to dump it off to Sanderson on his wrong side. Sanderson tries to go far side, short side. A good effort there, but off the pants of Wilson. Now Matthews, a shot from the outside, and that's gobbled up by Wilson as well. And it looks like we'll have an illegal cross-check penalty coming against the St. Catharines Athletics. Akwesasne duty-free replay here. Not sure where it happened, but there's Sanderson there getting cross-check, and he gets a low cross-check on the hips from Simon Marshall, who will head to the sin bin for 2 minutes or less as the Northmen look to pull within one here on this power play. Now Jennings up top running the power play here for the Northmen as they run a little rotation. And Matthews with an outside shot, and that's saved well by Ty Wilson. And now it's back into the hands of the Athletics. Elon runs it over half as he looks to dish it off. He's going to find Kennedy. Kennedy circles back as it looks like Sean Costigan is trying to shut off Jamison Bucktooth on the far side. And now Iro Booth carries up top. He gets it down low to Kennedy. Kennedy tries to shoot, but a good stick there by the Northmen. A streaking Jamison Bucktooth tries to pick that off, but he's closely watched by Sean Costigan as the shot clock expires. And now Kruger trots it over half. The Northmen have 1 minute and 5 seconds left in their power play. Here comes Matthews as he carries over the top. Sends it down there to Thompson for a quick stick, and that's quickly gobbled up by Jennings, and the Northmen get a reset. Kruger over to Matthews. Matthews back to Kruger. As they play catch up top, Kruger down to Thompson. He can't handle it. That comes off the boards, and now we have a loose ball. It looks like a loose ball push by Pilon on Jennings, and it looks like Pilon may be going for 2 minutes or less to the sin bin. Akwesasne duty-free replay will show it as you keep an eye on 77 here in blue as Jennings comes across and 2 men throw him to the turf. One referee had it called as a possession, but the other had it as a penalty. So the Northmen will have a really good opportunity here for 40 seconds, 5-on-3, as it looks like they will elect to have a safety and Hunter Thompson at the top, and they'll go 4-on-3. Here comes the double up seal for the Northmen. Classic play for the 4-on-3. Kruger resets now with Matthews. Back to Kruger. Is he going to shoot? No, a little backhand to Sanderson as he dips in. Back to Kruger. Back to Sanderson. Sanderson with it now. He shoots. And a great job there by Galante to disrupt that shot and put Sanderson to the turf. And now the Athletics are looking to kill the rest of the first penalty here. And they'll go back to 5-on-4. Ari Steenhuis doing a really good job low as he has got good size and protects the ball. And now he's got an opportunity. He jumps. That's off the goaltender. But Ari Steenhuis runs through the crease and touches the ball. So it'll be back in the Northern hands as they have 1 minute and 10 seconds left on their 5-on-4 power play. Northmen desperately looking for the next goal here in the match. What better time to do it than on the power play? As Sanderson moves it back up to Kruger and back to Sanderson. A pick by Kruger. Over to Matthews. Back up to Sanderson. Over to Matthews again. Skip past to Sanderson and back up top to Kruger. Kruger, a little toe drag inside. Tries to go cross body shot with a twister, but that's gobbled up by a dropping Ty Wilson. And it looks like the Northman opportunity on the double power play will come to an end as there's only a 10-second discrepancy between the shot clock and the game clock. shot right into the face of Shabbat as he is able to trot off. But he'll probably have to have a look by the trainer, Mary, out on set, longtime trainer for the Northmen, to see if he's okay. 12 seconds remain on the shot clock here. It looks like the referee is going to stop the play, call a reset for the Northmen, to their delight, as they'll have a full 30 now, as Kruger makes his way to the net. He's got an open shot, just misses on the short side, as he beat a couple of men to get to the net, and now the Athletics are off to the races. Simon Marshall pulls it out on the far side as he didn't have anything going and gets it into the hands now of the high-flying offense of the Athletics. Arrow Booth carries. Sends it over to the far side and now over to Kennedy. Kennedy finds Rozon. Rozon's got some room underneath. He goes airborne and he scores! Another diving goal for Rozon as he had one beautiful one last night. And the Athletics increase their lead to 6-3 for St. Catharines. You can just watch here as the Northmen don't switch off in time. And Rozon is able to get underneath. The Orangeville defenders go airborne and find the far side against Downey. And the shots 26-21 for the home team as they are up 6-3. The Northmen need to score the next goal here in order to keep this a game. Reef Stainhouse picks up a loose ball and hands it off to Blake Berard, who carries on the far side, and that'll be a moving pick, or an interference call, excuse me, as the Northmen will head back up the floor. Good pressure there by Berard on Sean Costigan as he settles back into the defensive end. Thompson carries on the near side. He comes over the top, looking for something. He finds Kruger. Kruger bullying his way in as he gets a stick up around his face. Now he gets it off to Sanderson. Sanderson tries to flash underneath. He gets a chance, and that's a great save there by Ty Wilson. And the St. Catharines faithful looking for a holding call, but they won't get one. Now Jamison Bucktooth on the far side. Good to see Shabbat out there once again as he took a shot in the face earlier, but he's right back out there. A nice one-hand pass there to Meridian, who narrowly misses on the bounce shot, and that goes up and out of bounds, so it'll be Northman ball. Shirtliff up to Matthews. Matthews has a shot, and that narrowly missed on the far side. St. Catharines picks up the loose ball behind their own net. And into the hands of, once again, of Ari Stainhouse, who's had himself a good series from the defensive end. And now Rozon with it, the most recent goal scorer. Sends it back over there, and a great stick by Ron to knock that down. And Costigan runs into a speedy Toll, who was able to beat the 8 seconds and get it over half in time to Aiden Matthews. Good pressure there by Toll. Nolan Sanderson unable to catch the pass from Matthews, but regained by Hunter Thompson and in the hands now of Dylan Sanderson, who shoots. And an unaware Wilson didn't know where it was, but it came right back into the defender's hand, and now they're back on the attack. Rozon dumps it off to Jamison Bucktooth. Bucktooth up to Meridian. Meridian to Kennedy, and now down to Toll. Toll carries up, finds Bucktooth streaking. Bucktooth goes airborne. Narrowly misses Downey there, but stepped in the crease, says the referee on the far side. It'll be Northman ball with 8:30 left here in the second frame. 6-3 Athletics. Northman facing elimination here tonight. Kruger making it look something happen again as he looks for his hat trick. He gets to the net. Pops back out into safety. And a nice little one-time goal there by Hunter Thompson. As Max Kruger tried to get the net, was turned back and was able to find a wide open Hunter Thompson on the back end, as it looks like he just gets lost. They've got three men trying to defend Sanderson and Kruger there, and no one picks up Hunter Thompson, who, a tough pass to handle there. Good on Thompson for being able to handle that and one time it into the back of the cage, and the Northmen are within two. I'd like to give a big shout out to Nick Ritchie, who's watching the game tonight. And your friend Brennan Miller would like to wish you a very happy birthday, Nick. So happy birthday. We hope you blow out all your candles and make sure you get to bed early tonight, as you have to get up early tomorrow to go fishing. And I just got notice from cameraman Jim that he says he wants to extend birthday wishes to you, Nick, with a big old heart emoji. My friend Dave Square is watching once again from Akwesasne on Square Road. Must be nice living on a road that's named after you. And a big shout out to the Blue Jays in Orangeville, who are watching from the dugout in their Tuesday night game at Rotary Park. Another face-off. What looked like a win for Cooper Campbell, but a speedy Andrew Scarlett came in and picked up that popped-up ball really quickly to gain possession for his team. Bucktooth on the far side. Thinks about it, but then passes up to Meridian, who gives it to Toll. Now back in the hand of Bucktooth. He finds a cutting Meridian, but Meridian misses the pass, and Evan Miller is able to pick that up quickly, and he's shoved into the crease quickly by Meridian, and now the Athletics go back on the attack with a fresh shot clock. Here comes Toll. One-on-one now with Campbell. Bucktooth. He clutches and grabs. He shoots now, and a great split save there by Cole Downey to keep it out of the bottom left-hand corner. Back up here to Booth, a fresh 30 for the Athletics. Bucktooth now carries. He comes around, he shoots again, but misses the net, and it goes right to Berman, who then pops up to Evan Miller, but the Athletics were able to get to the bench in time to get out multiple defenders, so Evan Miller wisely pulls it out, gets into the hands of the offense after a long shift on defense. Matthews, right into the chest of Ty Wilson, who sends a high one to his breakaway pass, and that goes high and wide and into the corner as the Northmen look to pick this up, and they do. A great catch there by Simon Marshall on the breakaway, but just fanned on it way high and off the glass, right back into the stick of the Hornheads. Matthews carries. He puts it down here to the most recent scorer, Thompson. A good pickup there by Avery Shirtlift on an errant pass, and a good save there off the shoulder of Ty Wilson. And right into the hands of Matthews once again. And the Northmen get a reset. So now it's the Northmen's turn with multiple opportunities in one possession. Kruger bowls his way over Pilon. Over there to Shabbat, who throws a little bit of a messy backhand into the turf and out of bounds, but I guess that went off of St. Catherine's stick. And right back into the hands of Northmen, as Shirtlift can't handle the pass at his knees from Kruger, as he would have been wide open all alone in front of Wilson. And a missed opportunity there by the Northmen. Rozon now with it. He carries, puts it out to Toll. Right back to Rozon. Gets a good pick there. A flying Toll through the air, but a great save there by Downey. And a hard loose ball pickup against Rozon is Cooper Campbell, who is then checked by Rozon. He's in all alone. Will he score? He won't, as Downey doesn't fall for any of the fakes. And Rozon runs out of room to his wrong side, and Downey shuts the door. And now it's right back into the hands of the Northmen. As we reach the 5-minute mark here of the second period, Northmen down by 2. Shots, 29-27 for the home team. A big shot there from Kruger, as it looks like it may spring St. Catharines, but they will just elect to allow the referee to blow the whistle, give their offense a full 30 seconds, as the Northmen did have defense coming out the door in plenty of time. Arrow Booth carries, goes underneath. It looks like there's an interference call, so the Northmen are off to the races. Here comes Shabbat. He runs to the middle. Doesn't look like he has anything. Finds Matthews at the back door, but he doesn't look like he has much, as he runs around the top and runs into some extra defenders of the Athletics. Matthews happy to reset here, as the Northmen have 10 seconds left, 5-on-5. It looks like Nolan Sanderson being taken away, so they'll have to go 4-on-4. Matthews inside to Jennings. Jennings, great shot there off the crossbar, so it'll be a reset for the Northmen, as Jennings around the net just misses. Beats goaltender Wilson, but not the pipe behind him. And the Northmen get another chance during this possession. Looks like a illegal cross-check coming to Max Kruger as he was trying to set a stiff pick. Let's have a look at the August Wrestling duty-free replay. Keep your eye on number 20 here, as he's going to get inside and come back here for a pick. And yep, pick that was supposed to be across the shoulder of the St. Catharines Athletics player ended up riding up and getting into the back of his head. So that'll be 2 minutes or less for number 20 in black. Matthews pleading to the referee to no avail as he heads back to the bench. And the St. Catharines Athletics will set it up here with Arrow Booth to begin the power play. St. Catharines likes to work their ball around the net once before they go into their set, and here comes shot there, saved by Downey. A great pickup there. Didn't even hit the turf off of Downey's shoulder to Arrow Booth. And a reset comes to the power play for the home team. Here comes Bucktooth, and a great job there. Good fake as he drags down and gets closer to Downey. Rips one off Downey up into the meshing, and it'll be right back into the hands of the double blue. Booth surveys. He gets it over to Toll, right back up to Booth as he'll shoot. And that's a good stick there by Costigan to keep that from getting to the cage. Booth again, right back to Bucktooth. Bucktooth fakes. He slides once wide, and that'll be over and back as the shot clock winds down to 0. And now the Northmen will look to kill 30 seconds of the remaining 1 minute of the St. Catharines power play. Matthews looking like a man on a mission here. He turns out as he runs out of room. Matthews pops it over there to Sanderson, who will now have a look. 15 seconds remain on the shot clock. Matthews slips, but holds onto it, gets a weak shot off. And a drop. Ty Wilson is able to save that easily and get it out. And St. Catharines power play has 30 seconds to make something happen here to increase their lead back to 3. Toll now to Air Booth. Back to Bucktooth. Bucktooth steps in the crease, says the referee. So the Northmen will successfully kill off this penalty here late in the second period. And they'll go back to 5-on-5 action here in about 5 seconds, as Kruger will no doubt come out the door and head to the right side over with Dylan Sanderson. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Kruger to the bench and Thompson out the door. Sanderson trying to make something happen. He drags inside, he shoots. And another great save by Ty Wilson, who has been outstanding again here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A great effort there by Dylan Sanderson to beat 2 men and get to the net, but unable to beat the final boss in Ty Wilson. Backhand shot there by Toll as it bounces off the boards right to Meridian, and he'll get it back down to Toll. Toll, far side there, a drop pass by the far side, and now the Northmen may have a break. Evan Miller Good pass to Matthews. Matthews just misses on the far side, and it looks like the Northmen will have a power play as Miller goes in to protect his teammate. As we look at the Akwesasne duty-free replay here, Miller makes a great pass, fakes the shot, and gives it to Matthews as he tries to go in, and yeah, just a on-the-numbers finish into the boards. A dangerous play there by Triano Galante, and right in front of the referee. He'll send him to the penalty box to feel shame for 2 minutes or less, and the Northmen have 1:14 remaining in the second period here to make something happen. Shots, 31-31, all square. But the Athletics have a 2-goal advantage as they sit 6-4 above the Northmen. It looks like Miller was also sent to the sin bin there for standing up for his teammate. But it looks like it is still going to be a power play as Andrew Scarlett came in and grabbed Miller, so it looks like they'll just be off for coincidentals for 2 minutes, and it'll be 5-on-4 Northmen here for 1:14 or less remaining here in the second period. A rotation for the Northern power play to start things off. Back to Kruger at the top. Matthews with it now. Passes back out to Kruger. A little backhand here to Sanderson. Pops it right back out to Kruger. Here comes Kruger. He's going to shoot one. And that misses narrowly wide. A reset was called off the goaltender Wilson out into the mesh. So right back into the hands of the Northmen as they have about a 20-second discrepancy between the shot clock and game clock. They'll look to score here, and Sanderson with a good shot and right back into the hands of Matthews, and still a discrepancy of about 8 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. A good backhand to the crease there by Kruger. Back out to the top. Kruger, is he going to look to shoot again? Yes, he will. And that hits something in front, delays the ball, and now the Northmen are able to get it back with 15 seconds remaining in the period. Kruger has a look to know how much time he has, and he's going to shoot the ball now. And Sanderson beats goaltender Wilson just a little bit, right back into the hands of the Northmen. 5 seconds remain. Good fake there by Kruger. He tries to cripple it in behind, and there's a goal by the Northmen as the time expires in the second period. The Northmen are able to pull this thing within one with no time on the clock as we watch the Akwesasne duty-free replays. Everyone thinks Kruger's going to shoot that. It goes right to Jennings as he picks it up and throws it into the empty net. As the buzzer sounds, and the Northmen are able to claw back in the dying seconds to make this a one-goal game. Shots, 34-31 for the Northmen. Score, 6-5 for the Athletics. We're back for the conclusion in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, folks, to the third period here in St. Catharines Canada Games Park, where the Orangeville Northmen are down by 1 to the hometown Athletics. After a couple of late period goals, one in the first by Athletics and one in the second by the Northmen. It is a 1-goal differential. Northmen trying to find their way to a win here tonight to send it back home to Orangeville. And the Athletics looking to maintain their lead and finish this series off 4-1. Quick out-of-town scoreboard update. The Whitby Warriors are up on the Oakville Buzz 8-2 as they look to sweep the series here tonight. Northmen win the opening face-off here to start the third period. Captain Messier pressured there by Stanos. They're going to have to beat the clock here to get it over half, and they do just in time. Messier dumps it over there to Costigan, who bounces it over to Kruger. And now the Northmen only have about a half a shot clock remaining in order to make something happen. Kruger carries, turns back. He's molested there by Pelon, tries to find Sanderson on the far side. Now with 3 seconds left, they got to find a shot. Matthews not fast enough as that goes off a St. Catharines defender, and now the Athletics will have their first opportunity on the offense of the third period. Bucktooth carries now in the corner on the near side. He's got some open space, but he surveys the situation. He's looking to get inside the middle. He's got his hands free. He shoots wide, and that goes right into the hands of Meridian, who is able to find his way to the center of the floor, beating his man, and after multiple fakes, is able to find the top left corner. As we watch, a rebound goes right to Meridian, and a bit of an overzealous play there by Bishop Berman allows Meridian to find his way to the middle of the floor to the danger zone and beat Downey. And now the Athletics have regained their 2-goal lead here against the Northmen in only 59 seconds of the third period. Clean face-off win by Pelon as he tries to scoop his own loose ball. He eventually gets it as there's a bit of a melee on the far boards. He tries to dump it over the corner, but Captain Messier comes out with the loose ball, and now the Northmen are able to get back to work. Nolan Sanderson with it, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson over to Dylan Sanderson. Sanderson surveys. He comes around the top, gets it back over to Thompson as Thompson finds some space here. Well defended by Six Nations. Tries to get it to Shirtlift, but the pass is way off the mark. And that bounces right into the hands of Galante. Galante puts the brakes on, passes out here now to Toll and down to Kennedy. Kennedy around the top. Finds Bucktooth. Bucktooth into the corner here for Berard. Bucktooth now from the outside. That misses wide. Bucktooth gets his own rebound off the boards and now finds Meridian as Meridian's trying to make something happen. He shoots, and that looks like it's off a Northern defender and out of bounds, so that'll be a reset in the dying seconds of the original shot clock, and St. Catharines gets to go again. Rose on now. Goes on over to Kennedy. Kennedy finds a hole on Downey from well outside. And just a casual shot. Not sure if Downey was ready for it. I certainly wasn't ready for it. As we can see, it's lots of time in the shot clock, and Kennedy starts way out. He's going against the Orangeville Northmen here and just finds his hands free and is able to find a hole on Downey as Downey looks down. I don't think he can believe that it beat him. But now a 3-goal deficit for the Northmen to overcome, and it looks like St. Catharines has received a penalty after the goal. And as always, we have to have a face-off after every goal. Illegal procedure there by Cooper Campbell. So it'll be right into the hands of St. Catharines once again. Arrow Booth with it now on the double team. being watched closely there by Messier and Ron. Here comes Bucktooth as he tries to flash a backhand. And now some extracurriculars down low, as it looks like Ron and Booth will head to the box as they were in each other's faces after the possession change. Let's have a look here at the Augustosity Duty-Free replay. Here's the backhand from Bucktooth. And now Ron and Booth look like they get into each other's faces. It didn't look like anything that was going on there. It must have happened behind the play. It looks like these penalties are going to cancel out, and it'll remain a Northman power play. Big shout out to Sharon Denman, Evan Miller's grandmother, who's watching from up in Collingwood this evening. Happy to have you with us, Sharon. And Kevin Boyd, always watching from Little Britain. We appreciate that, Kevin, and we appreciate all your kind words. Now back to the action as the Northmen settle into their first power play of the period. Behind the net now, another errant pass by Max Kruger to Shirtliff. He can't handle it, so off the boards it goes, but lots of time remaining in the shot clock as Sanderson drags. He gets a pick from Kruger, comes over the top. Now Sanderson he's gonna shoot one, and that doesn't make it to the net. And the Northmen will have to retreat as time is running out in the shot clock. So no shots on net for the first possession of the Northern power play. Bucktooth with it now. Over to Toll. Kennedy setting some big picks in the middle. Rozon. As he found his wide open opportunity there, shorthanded. Not sure how that happened, but must have been a missed assignment by the Northern defenders. Now, 35 seconds remain in the penalty to St. Catharines as the Northmen are looking to make something happen here in the dying seconds. Kruger now with it. He's far outside. He shoots another one. That's off the pipe and wide. And look who it is again, folks. Ari Stainhouse with another clear-cut breakaway. He shoots, and he goes back to where he scored last night, top left. And that increases the biggest lead of the night. Goes to the Athletics, 9-5. Ari Stainhouse has found himself all alone in front of the Northman net all series, as he has great anticipation, great speed, and again makes no mistake as he did last night, scoring top left on Aaron Downey. So a shorthanded marker for the Athletics puts this game into a bigger gap for the Northmen as they are up 4, 9-5. It looks like the Northmen are going to have some spark here sooner than later in order to get back in this game here in the third as we reach the 15-minute mark. And the Northmen are back to 5-on-5 here in 2 seconds. Will they try to go quickly as the Athletics go? They do not. And they'll just settle in 5-on-5 with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Shot there from Shabbat, and it looks like another breakaway opportunity here for Pilon as he's wide open. Pilon shoots, and a great save there by Downey as it looked like he was going to run to the far boards to get that loose ball himself. Evan Miller picks up the loose ball. He protects it well and sends it up here to Kello, who then turns back and is able to get into the hands of the offensive mind of Aiden Matthews. Kruger now. Back to Matthews. He can't handle the pass as he picks it up in the corner. Back out to Kruger. Back to Matthews. Matthews, turf monster gets him as he gets it behind the net here. Out front now to Nolan Sanderson, who gets stripped of the ball. And again, the Athletics are off to the races. Tough pass there by Marshall to Reef Stainhouse. But Stainhouse is able to pick that up in the corner and reset the Athletics offense. Back and forth like a fiddler's elbow here in the third period. A great move there by Toll. Good pass Down to Isaiah Paul, who can't handle it as he was a bit handcuffed by the quick pass of Toll. Berman pops it back out to Noble, and in turn he gets it to Thompson, who will carry on the far side and wait for offensive reinforcements. Kruger back over to Thompson, back to Kruger. Kruger trying to shoulder his way into a scoring opportunity. He rolls out, tries to give it to Sanderson, but that's off the mark and off the boards and into the hands of the double blue. Here comes St. Catharines. Good stick there by Evan Miller to disrupt the pass to Kennedy, and he would have been all alone. And the referees are going to have a chat about who that went off of, as both of them were pointing in opposite directions. Another shout out here to Dougie Gibson, who is watching the game tonight, and that is from a secret admirer, Doug, so enjoy that, as you still got it apparently. And Bug McNutt, as always, is watching from Oakville, as we appreciate his kind words for the broadcast for cameraman Jim and I. Now Rozon trying to get over top, and a one-handed effort there goes wide of the net, and that's scooped up by the big stick of Downey as he finds Kello for the outlet and into the hands of Matthews. And the Northern offense, as time winds down, are in dire need of a goal to keep their season alive. Good pass there to Thompson. Thompson tries to go airborne over Wilson, but he doesn't drop low enough, and he saves it right into the stick of Jack Wynarski, and in turn to Toll. Toll now with it. Finds a quick one-timer there from Bucktooth, and that's wide and over half, so it'll be back over. And the Northern offense are going back to work, looking for some better opportunities than they've had as of late. Sanderson now on the near side, one-on-one. He finds some room over top. He tries to go back down the lane. Spins back, tries to go under, but he's well guarded there by St. Catharines. Nolan Sanderson tries to pass it across to Kruger, who is intercepted. And the Athletics hand it off to Meridian, who carries on the far side. Meridian up to Bucktooth. Bucktooth now trying to go underneath. He finds some room. He goes airborne. But in the crease, says referee Hiltz, it'll be Northern ball. Or excuse me, referee Wilson. Kruger now with it. Going low. Double team there by the double blue. He comes over the top again. Tries to shoulder his way into a scoring opportunity, but is denied by the defense. Now he turns the corner, and he'll roll into the crease as he gets pancaked by a St. Catharines defender. And it looks like the Athletics will head to the sin bin one more time here, as maybe the belly splash on Max Kruger wasn't the best idea for Jack Wynarski. Not sure what the confusion is by the St. Catharines fans on the call. Pretty sure you can't belly flop on a guy and lay on him after the possession's been called, but I digress. Into the hands now of the Northmen. Power play as they work it around casually to set up for a play. Kruger with it now. Up to Jennings. A little backhand there to Matthews. Matthews shoots, he scores! And a much-needed goal by the Northmen offense here on the power play. It only took 17 seconds. And they are back within 3. You can just see the defense backs off there just ever so slightly, and Matthews notices the free room he has to set his feet and shoot the ball. And he makes no mistake. It is 9-6 Athletics. Shots, 37-36 in favor of the Northmen. And I'd also like to correct my idiocy here, as Mike Hamilton's brother Pat is the one that didn't hire me. So Mike was kind enough to send me a text reminding me that his brother was the one that didn't hire me, and if it was him trying to hire people, he would have hired me in a second. So we thank you for that, Mike, and my apologies to Pat, but I'm still sour, nonetheless. Although, maybe I do understand why Pat didn't hire me if I can't get that right. Back into the hands here of Meridian. Now Berard carries. Back over top to Kennedy. Kennedy fakes the shot, tries to go in. Little dog walk there, one-handed, as the ball's now on the floor, and that'll be it for the shot clock as Kello is thrown hard to the turf. He looks no worse for wear as he jogs off. The most recent goal scorer, Matthews, with it now on the far side. Looks like a 6-on-5 surprise play here for the Northmen as they look to score. Sanderson with it now. Over to Matthews. He shoots another one. A great save there. And a quick rebound for Thompson. A great shot there by Matthews and a wonderful save by Wilson, who has been red hot here again tonight, as he has been all series. Kruger shoots. He scores on the far side. He solves Wilson for his hat trick on the night. And the Northmen, just like that, are within 2 as we approach the halfway mark of the third period. We'll watch here as the Northmen snuck Downey out here for a surprise 6-on-5. St. Catherine bench going crazy about that. And a great shirt lift pick there as Kruger is able to backpedal and drag into some open space to find a really nice shot on the far side, a bouncer to beat goaltender Wilson. Northmen back within 2, but they need to have stops here. We're past the halfway mark of the third frame, as we now have Rosen with it. He sends it back over to Booth, and Booth and Bucktooth play pass. Back to Booth now. He gets it into the corner of Toll. Toll up to Rosen. He spins back. Time runs out. He'll have to drop the ball on the floor, and the Northmen are off to the races. Evan Miller's got to be careful not to lose it here, as Toll is always crafty with his stick checks. He gets it out safely to Jennings, and now over to Sanderson on the near side. Good pick here from Kruger. Pick and roll coming. Sanderson tries to go underneath. He gets stripped, and that goes into the crease of the Athletics, and they try to turn some transition here as the speedy Galante heads down the floor, gets it to Bucktooth. Bucktooth shoots around a screen beautifully. A little fake backhand shot around a screen all in one motion for the very talented Bucktooth. But he misses the net and goes out as they head back on the offensive attack. Toll runs into a double team, picked up by Meridian. He has an opportunity, but is able to, and wow, what a chop there by Downey, and it looks like he pays the price as he chopped down a player beside his net. But the loose ball was picked up by, I believe, Berard. As you can see the chop here, delayed penalty, and Berard picks it up and is able to beat Downey far side behind the net dive. And the Athletics have increased their lead to 3 once again. The referee's trying to sort out the penalty to Downey for the chop. I'm wondering if it'll be a double minor or just a single minor, which would have been negated by the goal. But if it's a double minor, the Northmen will have to put someone in the box for the remaining 2. Aquasauce duty-free replay once again here. There's the chop there. As both referees down below had it. And a pretty nice diving goal there for quick retribution from the double blue on the aggressive slash by Downey. And it looks like it would have been a double minor, but the first part is negated by the goal. And it looks like Ron will serve the penalty. And from behind check there, no call. As Berman tries to go over the head and it looks like a laser of a pass there to Rozon, who is able to calm it down behind the net. And now the Athletics go back to work on their power play. Only 10 seconds remain as Bucktooth carries casually at the top. Bucktooth shoots, and that's gobbled up by Downey. And now the Northmen have a penalty to kill with less than 8 minutes remaining here in regulation. Thompson now. Kruger up to Matthews. Matthews carries over top. Met there by a defender. Good pass there, but Thompson, he shoots, and that was a rocket of a shot. An underhander by Thompson beats Wilson. Short side high, and what a shot by Hunter Thompson. Akwesasne duty-free replay for the Akwesasne hometown boy, Hunter Thompson, as we watch a laser beam of a shot hit the junction, and that spins down below the goal line. The Athletics fans up in arms about the call, but from up here, who knows? From down there, he's right on the goal line, and it looked good to me. But it doesn't seem like the referees can do anything to appease these St. Catharines fans here tonight, as I'm sure they're used to. And a loose ball push will send it back into the hands of the Northmen here, as they are still killing the second half of Downey's penalty as it ticks down to 45 seconds. Northmen within 2 once again. Matthews looking for some space on the double team. He cracks it over to Kruger. Kruger looking to make something happen. Almost is able to get to the net. He's looking to maybe dive across. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, so he doesn't have to make something happen quite yet as he finds some free space. A pass to Jennings. Jennings, short side, far side, just misses. And what an opportunity that was shorthanded for Jennings. Bucktooth settles it down up top. 10 seconds remain now in the power play for the Athletics. Good defense there by Berman to negate a shot there. Bucktooth, good pass to the corner. Gets it back up here to Booth. Booth being watched closely. Back to 5-on-5. Here comes Toll as the ball pops out of his stick as he made a move, and now the Northmen are back on the attack trying to ride this momentum of their last 2 goals. Shots are 40-39 in favor of the Northmen. 6 minutes remain in the final frame. Kruger with it now. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Thompson over to Kruger. Kruger now. Surveying. Backing his way into a scoring opportunity possibly. Kruger turns the corner, tries to go 5-hole, but Wilson had that well guarded. And now right back into the speedy Ari Steinhaus as he pulls it out and dumps it off to Meridian. Meridian pops it out to Kennedy, who in turn shares it with Bucktooth. Bucktooth looking to make something happen here for his team. He comes around the top. Great pass there to Kennedy, who's in all alone down the lane, similar to his opportunity that he scored on earlier in the period. And now the Northmen go back to work as we approach the 5-minute mark left in the third period. Matthews carries casually as he pops it out to Kruger. Kruger had the ball in his stick a lot in this final frame. Sanderson trying to make something happen here one-on-one. He does, he shoots, and that misses wide and high. That's off the boards, and now the Northmen have to get back. It's a 3-on-2 for the Athletics, as their defensive unit will pull it out wisely as time and score is on their side. Now back in the hands of Toll, ever dangerous. Down to Booth. Booth up to Bucktooth. And a great save and a timely save there by Downey to allow his team to try to narrow this gap to 1 on their next offensive possession, which is now. Matthews waits for Kruger to come out. He gets it to him. Kruger down to Sanderson. Sanderson carries. Here comes Matthews. He shoots on the run and didn't get all of that as he would have liked to, and that's squeezed by the left hand of Ty Wilson. Now Meridian with it on the far side as he lines up against Shabbat. Meridian carries to his wrong side and dumps it off here. And shot there by Rozon. Another great save by Downey to keep his team in it here late in the third as we approach 3 minutes and 30 seconds to remain here in the third period. Northmen have to make something happen here quickly as they risk getting scored on every time St. Catharines has it. A little fake 6-on-5 there by the Northmen sends the St. Catharines bench into a frenzy, and now a scrap for a loose ball at mid-floor. Matthews gets put to the turf, and now it's in the hands safely of Simon Marshall. Marshall passes off to Booth as he carries casually on the far side. Booth going to work now. He shoots on the run. That misses wide and high off the boards, right back into Booth's stick as he shovels it over to Toll. As Toll rolls back, he's watched closely as the double team comes. He loses the ball. It's on the turf for another violation of the shot clock, and now the Northmen get to go back to work. Good defense and goaltending late here in the third as they sneak the goalie off for a 6-on-5. 20 remains in the shot clock. Matthews as Kruger comes off. And they score! Matthews from the outside brings this game within one as the Northmen pull to 10-9. As we look at the 6-on-5 surprise play, Kruger ends up coming off as Nolan Sanderson comes out. He thinks something's going on, and I was watching the bench, to be honest with you, but Matthews able to rip it from the outside. A nice little half crippler from way beyond the fan beats Wilson 5-hole, and that pulls the Northmen within one, and the shots are even 41 apiece, folks. And we've got ourselves another classic here in St. Catharines. Ever important face-offs here as Pilon goes against Campbell. Campbell finds the loose ball, and he's run into the boards heavily, but it's in the hands of Sean Costigan, who dumps it off to Thompson, who now gets it floor wide to Sanderson and right back over to the far side in the hands of Matthews. Matthews looking for another one here as he stumbles but doesn't fall. Jennings, quick shot there, as that was a good pick and roll for the North and a good opportunity, but once again saved by the prowess of Ty Wilson. Zachary Toll carries casually on the far side. Waiting for a steal by Meridian. He gets it, but then pops it over to Bucktooth. Bucktooth tries to give it right back to Meridian, but he was watched closely by Berman, who now picks off the ball off the boards, and now he's headed to the offensive end into the hands of Matthews as the Northmen have a minute 30 seconds remaining in order to tie this thing up. Matthews over to Sanderson. Sanderson to Matthews. Right back to Kruger. Kruger shoots! And a great save by Ty Wilson there as the Athletics defender narrowly had to tiptoe around the crease to avoid back in. He does so and is able to get the ball back into the hands of Toll. 1 minute remains. 10-9 Athletics on the brink of ending this series as the Northmen looking to have another big stop. And they get one here. And you got to think that the Northmen will call timeout, and they do. And with 45 seconds left here in regulation, the Northmen are down one. They're going to go 6-on-5 with the goalie pulled, no doubt, in order to try to send this game to overtime. So, game 5, Northmen down 3-1 in the series. 45 seconds remains. They have to score in order to stay alive here and force overtime late in the third period. St. Catharines looking to punch their ticket to the Ontario final, which I will assume is against the Whitby Warriors However, I'll have to check the notes here online. It looks like the Whitby Warriors are still in full control of their game. As I'm refreshing here, and it looks like the Whitby Warriors will punch their ticket as it is 13-5 in the third period in Oakville. So, will St. Catharines meet Whitby in the finals after tonight? Or will the Northmen be able to storm back here and score in the late seconds of the third? We'll have to watch to find out as Shirtliff carries the ball. He gets it over to Kruger. Kruger now with an opportunity. He storms the net, but is pushed back out there by Pilon. He gets a late pick out front. He'll shoot it, and that's off the butt end stick of Wilson. And now there is less time on the clock with 23 seconds remaining than the shot clock. So the shot clock will freeze, ladies and gentlemen. And the Northmen have the rest of the third period to make something happen. Sanderson now to Matthews, back to Sanderson. He shoots as he's getting creamed by Ari Stainhouse. And with 5 seconds remaining, it looks like the St. Catharines Athletics will be heading to the Ontario final as they take the series 4-1 against the Orangeville Northmen. And the Northmen put up a valiant effort here tonight in Game 5, doing everything they could. They outshot the Athletics 45-42, but just had a hard time beating Ty Wilson, who was absolutely outstanding all series long. And from here in St. Catharines, myself, Skip Marshall, and cameraman Jim want to thank you all for coming along for the ride. We've had a great time streaming for you here at Hornhead Streams, and we hope to see you next year, as we will be back. And we are happy and excited to do that next year, but this one stings for the Northmen. And that's all from us here at All Canada Games Park. And we'll see you next year, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.